Meet the little gold buff we hatched a couple months ago. She is healthy and happy. Gold buffs are so sweet. And welcome to the Homestead Plan with me. I've been working for months on this new planner that I just released in my shop, and it is ready and available to purchase now. So I thought I would walk you guys through what's in the planner and how I use the planner in this Homestead Plan with me. In this video, I'm using my Homestead Woman's Planner. Briefly though, I will give you a glimpse of my other planner in my shop for those that are not homesteading. This is a homemaker's planner. It's also slightly customized for women who work from home. If you're not homesteading, this video will still be a little bit useful to you. There's a lot of the principles you can use for that planner as well. Also know I do have a homeschool planner in my shop as well. I would like to clarify something though. A lot of people think you have to have animals to have a homestead. My homestead planner does have animal trackers, lots of them, milk trackers, egg trackers. However, this planner is also for homesteaders that don't have animals yet. So let's say you're just gardening or canning and preserving foods. This planner is still for you. This planner is undated. I will talk more about that in just a moment. I am setting up my homestead planner for the upcoming year. It's November, and so I'm getting a little bit of a head start. I'm filling in the dates. This would seem like a hassle. It is a slight bit of a hassle, but the thing is about an undated planner is that with mine, since you print it yourself, this means you will never have to buy another one. Another neat thing about the undated planner aspect is that you can print off only in exactly the months you need. So maybe you don't plan all year round. Well, you don't have to. You can just plan the months that are the busiest. You can also plan instead of January through January. You can plan however you want to do it. And this is how all of my planners are. They're all undated. I've included a couple different options for additional pages. Across from the calendar page, I put the things that anybody in the house can do, not just the mom. And then across from that, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I want to be able to turn the page and see the things that everybody in the home can tackle throughout the month. And I think from across from that, I'm going to do my weekly overview with the things that have to be done on specific days of the week. It also has a water tracker. I think I'll leave the back side of it blank because I'm always finding I need a blank note for things. So I'm just going to leave this side blank. I have so many different things I could put here, but I'm just going to leave it blank for note. One thing I like about having this in a binder like this is because it's openable. I can remove pages, I can take out pages. So if I mess a page up, I have spares that I can replace it with. I also, if I have important things like my menu plan right here, or my work goals for the month, I can add them and I can move them around as needed. That is one thing I love about having a binder that I can open versus something that is sealed that I cannot take pages in and out of. For me, it works so much better to move these pages around as needed, and it's more flexible. So that means, let's say I don't get done with everything. Well, that's okay. I don't have to rewrite it into the next month. I just can take the page out and move it to the next month. Here's my menu plan. I want this in with the month that I'm in, but I may not want all of it in with the month that I'm in. I might want a section for food and just to have the overview right in with the month. I designed my worksheet specific to my needs in Canva. That is the neat thing about having one of these kinds of binders too. Everybody's life is so custom, so unique, so diverse that it is nice to be able to open your binder up and put pages specifically to your organization needs in here. And that is the true power of a planner that works for you instead of a planner that you're constantly trying to make work. So right now I'm just deciding exactly where I want the menu plan items. I want them to be accessible to me and quickly accessible to me, but I want them to be accessible to the family as well. The shopping list, that's pretty much just going to be for me. I'm the only one that's going to need that. So I'm probably going to put that in a different place because I don't want the family to have to fumble around that, and I don't want to have to fumble around it when I don't actually need it. So I'm going to put it in a whole different section of the planner, probably towards the front or towards the end. So here we have the pages that I left blank. There were so many options I could have put here, but again, I wanted them blank for notes through the month. So we open that up and I have my weekly overview. Across from the weekly overview, I have things that need to be done throughout the week at any time. I really like being able to open things up like this and just see the whole spread at a glance. This side's for the time-sensitive things that need to be done on a specific day or on specific days. For example, an appointment. I can't just do an appointment, like whenever I feel like it. There's usually a specific day and time for the appointment. So all of that will go here. Also, if there's things that need to be written in over here that I need to get done because there's a deadline, those will go here. But a lot of things do not have deadlines, and those things that don't have deadlines are gonna go over here. So a farm to do. Let's fill out both pages actually. So this is Monday, so I actually need to write in the date over here, 11/12. Once a month I have to give my goats selenium, and it's best to give it on the same day of each month, and I've been giving it to them on the 11th. So I'm gonna go ahead over here and I'm gonna write selenium goats, because that's when they're due to have their selenium. Over here we've got farm to-dos. In this scene, I'm just jotting down some things that need to be done throughout the week around the farm and the homestead. And then across from that, we have home to do. So this is homemaking projects. One of the things I need to do this week is I badly need to clean out the freezers and see what we have and what we need more of. A planning tip I have: most of my planning is actually done through the week, but on the weekends, on Sunday, every Sunday, I sit down with a cup of coffee or tea and I do some planning for the week ahead. I try to set up a cozy environment. Sometimes I'll put on my favorite YouTubers. For some reason, that jogs my mind and my memory of things that need to be done around my home. I don't know why, but it always does. I will link to some of my favorite pins if I'm able. I'm not sure where this video is going to be shared. Something I like to add to all my planners is my kids' artwork. So I've got this Christmas tree my daughter did, and it's going in the December section. It's a great way to personalize and add meaningfulness to your planner, which if you have a binder planner that you can open and close yourself, you can do that. Okay, so I'm numbering all the pages, and I remembered from looking at my last year's planner that March is the month that the chicks are available in a lot of the farm feed stores. I talked a little bit about this page earlier. We have older teenagers and a young adult in the house, and then there's my husband as well, and so we have this page here. If somebody around the homestead is needing to know what needs to be done, they can go directly to this page and see what is important for that month. You could even just have one of these though for a year if you don't need one for every single month. Again, that is the beauty of having a customizable, print your own planner. Something I suggest is just printing out the months and some of the weeks. The other pages, print as you need them. Maybe don't lock them into certain pages, like maybe don't put this things around the homestead page on a permanent page like the other side of the month spread, if you're not sure if you're going to use it. I left these blank because I didn't know if people would prefer to have this page on its own page after the month or before. Where the pages, where all of these types of pages are is going to be really dependent on everybody's preferences and personality. So I made it so that they could be put wherever. If this planner is going to work for you, you need to think about how you're going to use it. And so that's why I suggest just printing off the month pages. Only put things on the opposing sides that you know for sure you're going to use. I like to get all the dates written out at once at the beginning of the year so that I don't have to do it each month. It's also important to do that because let's say you made an appointment for your kids 3 months down the road and you need to go write it down in your planner. Well, it's nice to have the dates already written down for that reason. Or if it's something for the animals. One of the reasons I made an undated planner is because although there's the hassle of writing in the dates and the numbers and everything, I always had a problem with regular planners that were dated. And I found when I talked to other homesteaders, moms, stay-at-home moms especially, that have children at home that maybe they're homeschooling or they have animals, there was always a common thread. Planners don't work for me, they say. And yet, there's things that get undone and overwhelm and just chaos still. I started paying attention to how I used my planner. I started looking over what was used and what wasn't used in every single planner I've ever had. And I started considering all of the custom features that I've had done to planners even. And I realized there was one main reason why they just never worked. There's some weeks where everything gets thrown off. There's some weeks where I don't get a chance to sit down and plan out the week. I have to hit the ground running. On those days or those weeks, I never feel like I get as much done, but they happen. One year, I finally noticed undated planners, and I realized that was the missing link. That is what I needed, and I was right. I've been using undated planners for a year now, and I love them because if there's a week or a month where I didn't get to do much planning, I can use most of the pages the next month. I'm going to zip through right now, and I'm going to show you a few of the pages that you have as options in the Homestead Woman's Planner. As you can see on the month spreads, I have little monthly reminders of things you might want to consider preparing. I have over 63 pages for you to choose from. As you can see from some of the pages here, egg trackers, milk trackers. I have month spreads, there are week spreads, and so much more. I put a lot of time and thought into this planner. As a homesteader myself, I have very specific needs from a planner. I tried to cover all of the bases in this. The nice thing about this planner though is that you can always add pages to it that you've created based off your specific needs if there is anything that I happened to have missed. Again, over 63 pages to choose from though. My planner is an undated planner, so you can start using it any month of the year. This isn't your typical planner where you have to start it in January. I'm going to go through it and explain just a couple of the pages right now that might need a little bit of an explanation. Right here is a week page where I have filled in the boxes for specific purposes. I've also included a blank one for you though, so you can fill these spaces in with what you need. If you like this layout, you can also print one off for the month ahead and use the sections as you would like. Here's an alternative sheet that you can use during the summer months or the gardening months. You would print this in addition to the week spread. Here's a sheet for future homestead goals and dreams. I only printed one of these for the entire year. I can always print off more if I decide I need more. I definitely don't recommend starting out printing off one for each month. I have all kinds of farm budget trackers for people that have farms that are to the point they are actually making income. And I have a variety of individual animal trackers, including just a blank one in case I didn't cover the type of farm animal that you have. If your homestead is small, still in the growing phases, and simply homesteading through old practices like learning to cook from scratch, I've got that covered too. I will link to things like binders, pens, page dividers, and of course, the planners.